Ladies and gentlemen, we at GEMS Cambridge International School present you to the new innovation project, Purity.
Sustainability project, Project Purity. I'm just here to introduce you to the basic concept of what our project is and who is doing what within our project. Now, ever since I first came to the UAE 10 years ago, a consistent problem, you could say, has been over-pollution due to plastics. Now, it's one thing to recycle the plastic and turn it into another, but we want to create something new. We want alternatives. We want to be able to help the UAE in the vision of Sheikh Zayed, and we want to take the UAE to new and unfound horizons. Our project consists of 3 phases. Obviously, we're doing our development phase at the moment. We're looking into everything, which we've almost fully completed. Now we've gotten to the implementation stage. We are looking at what are our biodegradable plastics, how can we improve them, what are we making them with? We're looking at PETSERM, what plastics are we going to be dissolving into its basic components, how do we get them? That is what my team is doing. Now, there are many members of our team. Our staff members include Professor Shahid, who is our Head of Innovation and Economics teacher at our school, as well as our Creative Projects Manager, Mr. Adrian Lloyd. Now, in regards to students, it's obviously myself. There is Mohammed Hassan, our Deputy Student Project Leader. There is Adhash Sustainability Project, Project Purity. I'm just here to introduce you to the basic concept of what our project is and who is doing what within our project. Now, ever since I first came to the UAE 10 years ago, a consistent problem, you could say, has been over-pollution due to plastics. Now, it's one thing to recycle the plastic and turn it into another, but we want to create something new. We want alternatives. We want to be able to help the UAE in the vision of Sheikh Zayed, and we want to take the UAE to new and unfound horizons. Our project consists of 3 phases. Obviously, we're doing our development phase at the moment. We're looking into everything, which we've almost fully completed. Now we've gotten to the implementation stage. We are looking at what are our biodegradable plastics, how can we improve them, what are we making them with? We're looking at PETSERM, what plastics are we going to be dissolving into its basic components, how do we get them?
Hi there, my name is Hassan and I'm working on the business aspects of our project. The Project Purity not only provides a really good alternative solution for the current oil-based plastics, because at the end of the day we cannot run away from plastics, it's too deep into our lives. Also curbs inflation, which would mean we aren't paying a lot for a little less, and also make sure that our prices don't outpace the wages.
In recent years, our world has been suffering an enormous amount of environmental issues. In short, our world has begun to choke on the pollution we create. A major reason for some of these issues that society faces today is how we dispose of non-biodegradable plastic. Used in machines, furniture, toys, food packaging, fast food cartons, and single-use plastics like complimentary cutlery and water cooler cups, plastic usage has become obligatory. Over 1 million plastic bags are used per minute and around 500 billion are used annually worldwide. This is only a single product of plastic. So what's the result of having plastic just sitting around? 1. It degrades the quality of land and affects agriculture. 2. It poses a threat to animal health. 3. Disruption of marine life. 4. It affects human health and life. Thousands of animals have been found dead due to consuming of plastic, that it isn't uncommon for humans to be affected by plastic from eating seafood. So what if some of this plastic that's killing our environment could just dissolve? Well, we wouldn't have as many deaths and land fertility would increase. This is what the Purity Project plans to achieve, a truly degradable organic plastic. We plan to produce starch-based plastics using the cassava as our starch source. Biodegradable plastics take around 3 to 6 months to fully decompose, unlike the hundreds of years for standard plastic. These plastics are also safe if they are accidentally consumed, as they do not contain any harmful chemicals. Bioplastics are already being produced, which is encouraging. However, with a little more awareness and support, we could bring this idea to a much larger audience. and create a brand new industry for the UAE. I'm Sakshi Sardana, and this is the Purity Project. What goes into the ocean goes in.
Hi, I'm Sanjit, and I'm part of the primary research team of creating starch-based plastic, transforming the desert into a green heaven. A vision of late Sheikh Zayed, still wandering within the horizons of UAE, has struck us with a chord, and it became a fascinating idea. Cassava. Cassava is a starchy root vegetable widely consumed in developing countries. We researched cassava and found it to grow well in the UAE, creating a new side to the agricultural farming industry. In our science department, we have successfully created a basic starch-based plastic from cassava in laboratory tests. The aspect of pollution comes into play too. In 2007, a study conducted that during that past year, approximately 609 people in the UAE had died due to man-made air pollution. By planting cassava around the major cities and an extensive area of arid and desert regions, the atmosphere that surrounds us will be purified by oxygenating plants, and we will be able to produce this wondrous plastic in ample quantity. Stand by our side with the vision of turning the desert green. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Priti Satish Kumar, working in the secondary research team for initiating Project Purity. My role is to establish the viability of cassava plantation in arid and desert conditions to fulfill our commitment to Sheikh Zayed vision. The cassava plant is the most durable starch-based product on the planet. It is resistant to a wide range of temperature extremes and will thrive in hot, arid conditions ranging between 30 to 50 degrees Celsius of the UAE. As you can see here, it's 44 degrees in Liva, 42 degrees Celsius in Abu Dhabi, and 36 degrees Celsius in Dubai. All these temperatures meet in the range. With our proposal, propagation of a new plant will take place from June to August in a temperature-controlled environment. With the young plants transferred to the plantation in September, when optimum conditions will allow the best growth cycle until harvesting the crop in May the following year, providing 3 months respite for the land. The harvested cassava will then be processed and the starches extract from the production of our organic bioplastics. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Harish Ram, and I'm heading this primary and secondary department of PETSEM. PETSEM, short for polyethylene terephthalate chemical reversal machine, is a plastic breakdown plant that specifically targets PET, a plastic which accounts for 71% of the global plastic consumption usage. So, as you can see here, this is a blueprint of the PETSEM. The PMC, which is going to be the main breakdown plant, is where plastic degrades in a 10-day cycle, where an enzyme called PET-ASE breaks down plastic structure into terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol. After this 10-day cycle, it is released into the fuselage, which gathers the mixture into the FD, which is the fractional distillation or the refinery plant. This is where the mixture is heated to 500 degrees Celsius, where the ethylene glycol instantly evaporates and is travels to the EGTT, which is the ethylene glycol transport tube, which transports the ethylene glycol to 4 localized silos around the premises. Next, the terephthalic acid melts down into this cauldron, which is called the PTA, or the pure terephthalic acid cauldron. This is where terephthalic acid is poured into molds for further transportation.
Hello there, I am Mohammed Akil and I'm part of the CIA Europe Zayed Purity Project. I'm certain that you were impressed by my friend Aldash's speak about his PETSEM machine. He has done an amazing job with this innovation. There might be one question that's still in your mind. How will we collect the plastic for this industry? That's why I'm here, to talk about how we're going to get the plastic. Not only will we collect plastic from the UAE waste management companies collecting tens of thousands of plastics from the recycle bins all over the UAE, we're also hoping to collect plastic that are currently polluting our oceans that put it into our machine. We're planning to contact people from the Great Ocean Cleanup Project run by Boy Slot of the Netherlands, who is currently launching the greatest cleanup effort ever launched in history. The Great Ocean Cleanup is a non-profit organization that collects plastics from the great garbage patches trapped in many of the world's oceans by cyclic currents. They will collect hundreds of tons of non-biodegradable oil-based plastic every time they go to collect from their groundbreaking floating collection stations. The plastic is then taken back to the mainland, will be transported to recycle companies around the globe. We plan to contact Boy and Slack and arrange to convert some of the PET plastic waste they collect with our PETSA machine to revert it back into useful byproduct in order for them to be used again in industries manufacturing polymer-based plastic. I hope you join our initiative and make this world a better place to be. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Parisha Sadde from GEMS Cambridge International School. My role in Project Purity is based on Sheikh Zayed's vision as part of our secondary research. Today I'll be speaking about how our project is based on the late Sheikh Zayed's enlightenment. We know from his aims and objectives throughout the decades as leader of the UAE that he believed in maintaining and improving the environment. We know this from his vision of turning the desert green, and in 1977 he created the nature reserve on Sir Banias Island. Our project aims to support the ethos of Sheikh Zayed by producing plastic which will profit us in our daily lives and will 100% biodegrade within 6 months. We tend to produce this bioplastic from purely natural resources. Cassava plants produce a high amount of starch, and it is this starch that can be used in the production of organic plastic. Our project will promote a healthy environment, wildlife conservation and agriculture so lesser species are not erased by extinction, and it will not harm the ecosystem. In terms of how it will benefit the UAE, it will help reduce the amount of wasted plastics within our general household garbage, and it will help create a circular economy and generate future industries. Thank you very much.